Okay, the atomic clock, light sail 2, which is associated with Bill Nye, not Elon Musk. And this is... Yeah. Yeah. It's, a crowd-funded satellite. Planetary Society, of which Bill Nye is like the president of, or CEO of, or something. Director, I forget what his title is there. They said that I guess solar sails have been a thing for like ever, or been an idea forever, for decades, like longer than we've been alive. Oh, and I didn't realize my mic was live. Oops, I'm sorry. Hi, everybody. I was talking to Favorite Human about the light sail thing because we were trying to figure out. I did not realize my mic was live, and my apologies. So, yeah, I guess I'll flip over since I have talking going on. Oops. Oops! These things happen. Funmill says, where are we at for the Favorite Human and Kyle stream? Bits. I will have to check in a second. I have my my mirror out, so I'm still doing my makeup. So here's the Cheerios, and make it rain. So I will check after I do my mascara. But Favorite Human had said that there's all sorts of stuff today on the news about light sail, and talking about, oh yeah, the important launch today's already happened. I'm like, no. This is the important launch that everybody's been talking about. So that's what we were talking about. I didn't realize my mic was on. Hey, Kerbal. Oh, Keeper of Maps. Annie is up really late. It's 1:30. The other was a landing, yes. So there was a landing today. Technically yesterday there was a landing and 2 launches. More treats! And make it rain! China launched a rocket yesterday, or technically yesterday to me, because I haven't gone to bed, it's still today, but technically yesterday they launched a rocket. A Swedish company, organization, I can't remember what, launched a suborbital rocket. So there was the landing, disembarking and landing of the, oh wow, that's really bright. I have to adjust my webcam. See, I'm not even that ready. And there was the coming back to Earth of the Canadian astronaut, American astronaut, and probably a Russian cosmonaut. Bagel. We don't have anything for a bagel emote, so let me do my mascara real quick. Which I know you guys can't tell much of a difference. And of course now I'm realizing I didn't curl my eyelashes, but you know, stuff happens. Alright. Okay, so where are we at for Favorite Human? And also, I need to tell my screen to not be funky colors. Disable until sunrise. There we go. So, all the widgets. Her silver is show through. Yeah, I know, right? Where's my widgets? Viewer count, stream labels, countdown ticker, or no, donation ticker? Bit goal. That's a bit goal. Screen behave. Good morning, Sockin' Cats. We are we really only 13.23 of the way through? Percent? I thought we were further. I thought we were further. Ay. on. Let me see if I can pull the chroma forehead. Yeah, I know. I know. I haven't adjusted my lights yet. I haven't done any of that yet. I was literally sitting here chatting with favorite human and there, did that fix it? There. I was literally sitting here. See, I don't even have the right thing up. Like, my titles aren't right. Where is it? My titles aren't right. Nothing. Nothing's right yet.
It's okay. It's okay. It's good. What time? Alexa, what time is it?
You know you triggered... You know you triggered everybody else's...
It's okay.
Okay. Okay.
Alexa, tell me the time around the world.
I have green Borg implants on my face. Yeah, favorite human's home and awake. Alright, so let me move the mirror.
It's positive. At least I didn't try to slide behind you. Camera be on. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. He's
old Scooby Doo.
Alright. And a troll. Ruko is here. Yeah, a lot of people are here. Alright, so let me adjust my webcam, which means it's probably going to pop up and out for a second.
Yeah, I thought about going around the corner and getting a heart attack burger.
Do it.
That's not good.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
I mean, their bacon lovers cheeseburger is like a quadruple bacon covered burger.
It is.
It is just unhealthy.
It is. It is. All right, so turn off autofocus. Let's see. Usually if I turn down gain, it helps. Turning down gain's not doing it. Well.
By the by, countdown. When is Bennu?
When is Bennu?
Bennu.
You mean when we're halfway to Bennu? Or when do we have to be done mapping by?
No, when's the halfway to Bennu?
We are, the last time I checked, we were 400 and some images away. I think that looks better. Everybody seems to be saying that's better. I'm sure it's going to change once I put the... Actually, no, I don't think my mirror's going to make much of a difference. I thought I covered that. I did, and it got worse. Look at me screwing up.
And I like the, the PG-13 version. Tinker. Get to the human. Go. Well.
Quadruple bacon makes my middle-aged, overweight, high cholesterol self silently weep. See, he's still in his 20s, so...
Oh boy, don't say it like that. It makes me sound like I'm not old and exhausted and tired every day.
Aw, thank you, Sockin' Cats.
Yeah, quadruple bacon cheeseburger. I was like, I could go get one, but that's just unhealthy. It's not good for anybody.
Good morning, Astro B. I'm just... See, what happens when you let your inner fat kid out, Miss Town, is that the inner fat kid does come out. I am dealing with this struggle right now.
I could go get that and get you a...
Nothing at that bar is healthy.
Yeah, I know. I didn't say healthy. I was going to say a chopped steak sandwich.
Oh, Philly. Why?
Philly cheesesteak sandwich with extra fries. And then like, boom. And then we could get some Oreo churros. Oreo churros. Actually, I don't like the Oreo churros though.
Look at Benny Rock. Yeah, there's lots of Benny Rocks. Sometimes you don't need healthy. Sometimes you only need delicious. Yeah. But I made something that's both kind of healthy and delicious.
She did. She totally did. And that's the reason why I'm not going to go get the Philly cheesesteak.
Because you have leftovers in the fridge.
Because I'm like, I could eat those leftovers. So.
All right.
Eat those leftovers and I'm like, you know what, I can still eat.
Fenmill says, just remember what what you do to yourself in your 20s and 30s comes back to haunt you in your 40s and 50s. Trust me, I know this dang punk 20-something-year-old Fenmil. Keeper Map says 100 bits for a Philly steak sandwich. All right. Launch prep. Yes, I'm doing launch prep. Nympho. So here's the Cheerios and make it rain. Hey, favorite human, can you get me the box of Cheerios? No, because look.
I know. I was laughing because it was like 100 bits for a Philly cheese.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was from Keeper of Maps. Keeper of Maps gave me bits because Flame Lord was in front of the computer instead of me. Oh, honey, I will take that as a compliment because I am in my 30s.
Like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, and then I just take half the sandwich.
Is that how you're going to help me diet? Is you're going to give me a Philly cheesesteak sandwich and eat half the sandwich?
I mean, I would just take it.
So a cool side effect of being in the military is that because they forced you to do all this exercise and eat decently well, is that I apparently look younger than what I am. So I'm not complaining about that. But I've had people be like, really? I'm like, yep. Oh, more bits! More bits and a chocolate milkshake.
I don't know if
they don't do milkshakes. The pub does.
I mean,
we're not finding out if the pub does milkshakes because then it's all over. Here's the Cheerios and make it rain because then it's all over. It's all over then. All right.
You can get extra.
Hold up the Cheerio box again. That was hilarious. What's even hilarious is that the Cheerio box is blue and the green screen is green. So there we go. Now part of it is definitely green screened. It's just, these are blueberry Cheerios. So, oh, more caramelized onions but no peppers. Why are you doing this, Fenmil?
Yeah, we could easily actually get caramelized onions and no peppers. Caramelized onions, double meat, double cheese, Philly cheesesteak, some fries. Throw it on.
Why are you guys doing this to me? Why are you guys helping him?
Get the bacon lovers with the quadruple bacon on it. Get some extra fries added.
They're gonna close their kitchen soon, so if you want to do this, you have to go now.
Sprinkle some salt on it.
If you want to do this, you have to put clothes on and go now.
I know, but I'm like...
They keep their kitchen open really late.
Well, we're only open till 2 a.m.
It's 20 till.
I know, and I'm like, is it worth it?
If you call in.
Then I could get cheese curds with it. Get some cheese curds added to it.
No, he is not naked. He's just not, he's not naked. He's just not decent to go out in public. He has clothes on.
Asking to put bacon over top of the cheese.
Alright, no. Poor Sock Cat says, make that man shut up or I will raid the fridge and miss the launch. See? No.
Well, they serve all this stuff regularly.
It's all pub food. Alright. Mess with my lighting a little bit, which means I might have to fix, my camera. Okay, so, where are my glasses? Alright. Yeah, no, he's not decent.
I am decent. I'm just not outside appropriate.
Now he says outside appropriate. Cheese curds and french fries and gravy equals poutine. We could make that happen.
Oh yeah, you can easily actually, I think they might have poutine as part of their menu.
I don't know I don't think I've ever seen it on their menu.
But you can get cheese, you can easily get cheese fries and bacon. And you can get...
Alright.
Yeah.
You're going to give poor Walker a heart attack.
Well, I can't stop that. Anyway. Like I said, this is just like a regular day. We could just like, boom.
No.
Slide around the corner.
No. Okay. Fenmil's asking, is it really poutine if it's made in Ohio? I'm like...
I mean, I got Southerners related to me who will be here in like a couple weeks, so they can judge.
They won't know. Have they been to Canada? They won't know.
I've got people who I know who've been to Canada who can also come down here and they can judge.
Alright, so let's figure out where the stream is at before before we start doing bingo. So I'm gonna go to rocketlaunch.live.
Well, here's the thing.
Ooh, angioplasty is always extra.
Don't worry about what's happening. Bennu will happen at its halfway point. Things will happen. Stuff.
What, are you going to show your face at Bennu halfway?
Oh no. No, I just asked the question for some answers.
Yeah, it's looking like, because I thought NASA would have, I thought NASA would have the rocket launch. Yeah, we're gonna do bingo today. I like getting everything set up first. The stream is in the kitchen. Where else? No, we're not doing a live stream from my kitchen. It's not set up for a live stream. A lot of the in-stream kitchens I've seen, or like a lot of cooking and streaming and things, kitchens, they all have like kitchen islands. Yeah, I have it set to SpaceX, so now I need to do my countdown scene. So this mission is STP-2. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought NASA TV said they would have it, and I thought NASA TV was going to start early, and I'm curious to see what the difference between the two coverage things is. And we have this amazing technology I have set up on this for picture-in-picture. So, we can do... Don't tempt me with junk food. We can do picture-in-picture of both streams.
It's just caramel corn with chocolate candies and extra drizzle across it. And remember the specialty ice cream I sent you.
Oh no, I ate some specialty ice cream.
No, the picture I sent you last week.
These are a picture that he sent me last week. Okay. So... I'm still kind of embarrassed that I just had everything just up. Alright, so we're going to hide the Streamlabs goal. Popcorn, tater chips, peppermint swirls. Alright. That was for the food talk. Oh my. Oh my. We get on food really quick. Dylan Phi asks, where did the cat go? The cat only shows... the cat sounds like a baby. And what you're hearing now is not the cat. It is Favorite Human's impression of the cat. And, Dylan? I mispronounce everything. So... Favorite Human said it as soon as you did, as soon as you typed it on. Dylon.
Dylon.
I am sorry.
Dylon. I know. I'm upset that they use that as their name.
Not Dylon? Oh my. Anyways, I mistyped LMAO. It's Dylan? Pick one! Nylon. Alright, anyways, here's for the follow. So the cat, make it rain. The cat is probably sleeping somewhere, and, I don't want to wake him up. Because he's been screaming at me all day.
Well, I'm going upstairs. He's going to scream at me, and I'm going to kick him down here, so...
Apparently, we are going to, see the cat. Alright, so I'm going to put my earbud in so I can actually hear all of these alerts. So thank you for following. Don't forget there's pizza.
What?
There's still pizza. No, there's still pizza in the toaster oven.
Oh, snap. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
I can see I didn't have to go get a bacon.
No, there's still pizza. Oh my goodness. What would happen? So Dylan asks, what would happen if 100 people followed? That would be a lot of food. Yeah. They get lots of Cheerios. They probably won't get a whole they probably won't get a whole lot of breakfast. I have to give them some breakfast, otherwise they won't stop bothering me. It doesn't matter if it's a couple of like bits of kibble in their bowl, as long as I give them some breakfast, it's okay. Alright, so we've got the SpaceX thing. So let me make sure. Alright, cool. That's cool. And let me do that and that. So we have this. I just want you to see that, yes, I have the... Oops, that's not what I wanted to make full screen. This is what I wanted to make full screen. Are you serious? Is there a launch cancellation? Or are you just messing with me because of food? I think you're messing with me because of food. Okay. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, but for Ruko. Yeah, the cat is totally a thing. He is very loud. He is very demanding. He has food. He currently does have food. I made sure he had food before I sat down, because he is insufferable if he does not have food. You would think he is dying. He is not dying. Alright. So, here we go. Alright, now we're doing the bingo! So this is the STP-2 launch bingo! Yes, he does throw a hissy fit. Alright, so, so for those of you that have never played bingo but with us before, we're going to fill out this card and add a whole bunch of other terms that are related to the launch. So we're going to start off with dogs barking, because the dogs will bark. We're going to add liftoff. I can't remember. Is this a booster landing? T-minus. Nominal. I don't think they show the inside of the control room, so they are at Ashes. Why would we add Ashes? They're at Kennedy Space Center. So at Kennedy Space Center. Anomaly. Are you sure about that? Locks. NASA. Wait, they are carrying Ashes to space? Whose ashes are they carrying into space? Yeah, we try to avoid the bad stuff. DoD/Air Force, and that's kind of a SpaceX launch complex. No, Nintendo. We try to avoid the negative stuff. Simply because I don't want to think about negative things. Oh, you mean a scrub? We typically don't call it a scrub. We'll put hold, because they did have a hold already. And they may actually talk about that. They're carrying Scotty's ashes and others. So, ashes? Okay. Do they use RP1 or do they use liquid hydrogen? Meko. Seco. Cutoff. Payload. Orbit. RP1. Vessel would be a funny one. I don't think they do that. Booster separation. I can't spell separation. You'd think I would have this down by now. Wait, are they landing on Of Course I Still Love You? Or is they... Oh yeah, they are. They are landing on Of Course I Still Love You. I forgot about that. I actually moved Of Course I Still Love You. Still Love You. Way down range. Cheering. They're using a new hydrazine substitute. Not nasty. Kill everyone dead if it leaks. LZ1? Do we already have Falcon? No, we do not. Fairing? We'll do fairing or fairing separation. Because we usually do fairing separation. Ha! Got it that time. Go Miss Tree? I don't even understand that. Launch window. No, Mr. Steven is... I have Air Force. Mr. Steven is a whole different boat. They actually have two boats. They have one called Of Course I Still Love You, and they have another one called Mr. Steven. So Max Q. The recovery vessel is called Of Course I Still Love You. I'm not joking. Oh, Mr. Steven is now Go Ms. Tree. Huh, yeah, but they're landing on Of Course I Still Love You. Mr. Steven is no more. Okay, then. Mr. Steven is no more. Recycle, reuse, we'll use reuse, recycle. That's what it is. Just read the instructions. I knew there were two. Let's do Bill Nye / Planetary Society. Did we lose that whole... I think we lost that whole thing. I think we did lose that whole thing. Flight proven. Alright, so... Shoot. Fairing separation. Planetary Society. I can't even remember what else we had. LZ, no, we already have LZ1. Do we have the payload? Yes, we have payload. We have payload, we have orbit, we have light sail. Oh, the atomic clock. We have Air Force. Let me scroll up through chat. Launch window. There we go. That's one that I don't have. Launch window. I think that's... And cheering, I think, is the other one that I lost. See, they have yet to mention Elon. We can use, or we can add that, but I doubt we're gonna... And if we're gonna do that one, we might as well add Bill Nye as a separate one. No abort. Max Q. Yeah, that's one that got lost. Max Q. Insertion. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. I get it. I have SpaceX. I have SpaceX. Before anybody gets excited, this is watered down apple juice. Alright, so I'm going to read off everything we have so far. Dogs barking, liftoff. T-minus, nominal. Kennedy Space Center, LOX, NASA, Lightsail 2, DoD/US Air Force, SpaceX, Launch Complex, Hold, Ashes, Meko, Seko, Cutoff, Payload, Orbit, RP1, Booster Separation, Of Course I Still Love You, Cheering. Oh, we have Cheering twice. Oops. LZ1, Falcon, Flight Proven, Fairing Separation, Planetary Society, Atomic Clock, Launch Window, Reuse, Recycle, Bill Nye, Elon Musk, Max Q, Insertion, and we had Hold. Yeah, I fixed that. Yeah, let's do Loss of Signal, Sonic Boom. I have Falcon, so we can change that to Falcon Heavy. Anybody remember what kind of first stage separation? I was gonna say kind of engines are on the thing. Tesla. I mean, they're probably not gonna mention Tesla. Backburn. Sight of Earth. Yeah, sure, why not? DoD and Air Force should be 2 squares. Are you sure? That makes it harder. I have backburn. Is backburn the same thing as boost backburn? Alright, so let me separate DoD and Air Force, because that's, I'm telling you, it's going to make it harder. I have Meko and Seko, I think. Yep, Meko and Seko. Is backburn the same as boost backburn? I don't know if I've heard of backburn, but I've heard of boost backburn. I'm getting a no. I don't know what the no is for. I thought... Alright, so why are we saying go Ms. Tree? I thought, Of Course I Still Love You was the recovery vessel. LZ1, LZ2, okay. It just has drone ship. Hey, good morning. Telescope. Okay. I'm putting go Ms. Tree. I don't know why, but I'm putting it. It's the fairing recovering vessel. Thank you. I was like, what is happening? Yeah. But I was like... There's Of Course I Still Love You. I didn't realize they were recovering the fairings this time. So Noah, Taiwan. Okay. I was gonna say we have LZ1, but we don't have LZ2. Because they have both mentioned. They have... Yeah, we're making bingo right now. We're totally making bingo right now. Rideshare. Yeah. I think this is the biggest bingo board that we've ever done. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. What's it called? The momentum of maximum drag speed? Max Q, and that is totally on the board. Center stage? Sure. We'll do first stage separation. And I can't remember if second stage... Does the second stage separate? Is there 2 or 3 stages to this? Falcon Heavy, Wikipedia. How How many stages? Boosters, first stage, second stage. Merlin. Yeah, that's a good one. Yes, I don't think... Do I have... Oh, shoot, I do have first stage separation twice. Good eye. This is why I do it, so you guys can see it. 120 people are going up post-mortem. How much time is the launch chat? They are probably... So I have this wonderful picture-in-picture thing going on. So... In this, I have to tab to a different thing. We are waiting 26 minutes until, I guess they start coverage, which I thought the launch was at 2:30 and it's already 2. So I don't know what's going on there. But that's why I have picture-in-pictures, so we can kind of keep track of what's going on, so we don't miss it. This still says 2:30, and the only thing I don't have pulled up is Twitter. Alright, Go Quest. Okay. Yeah, you see 6-hour coast phase. Oh, we are not staying up for this whole thing. Hollywood? You know what? I'm not even gonna question. I'm not even gonna question why you want Hollywood on there. All right. Anybody think of anything else? I don't know if they got a new launch window. I have not poked at that enough. I have not poked at that enough to see. And then I have all full. Hey, look at that. Things are happening. All right. So the stream is starting, so I'm going to click generate. Zoom out. Open link in new tab. Open link in new tab. So all of you are going to go now. Well, that's a new trick. Anyways, that's the, yeah, ashes are totally on the card, is on the card Rockstars. So that's what I just linked is the link to the bingo card. When you get it, Night Larry, when you get it, this is the page you see. So you will click generate card at the top and it will pull up your own unique card and you just click okay, I understand, and there it is. There is your launch card. Because we have more than 24 entries, not all the cards will be the same. I'm going to print out the call sheet. This is the call sheet. We have 54 things on here. Let's print that. Yeah, you can already click off SpaceX because it's already on the stream. You can totally do that. I have zero problems with you doing that. So, I'm gonna go grab the call sheet and toss some Cheerios at the dogs, and we'll get this started. Okay, so this is there is no prize for winning bingo other than, you know, the prize of knowing that you won. Somebody's saying NASA TV. Yeah, you can do it. Alright, so... let me switch to the dogs while I set this up, actually. Or that. Let me switch to the dogs while I finish setting this up. Your card has 2 reuse recycles? Oh, you wanna know what? When I hit that tab that one time, it may have... Oh, I see what happened. So I hit tab once or twice and was like, oh no, I lost a thing. So looks like I didn't really lose that row. Yeah, I thought I lost a row and I didn't. Oops. Oops. Well, it happens. So you get double. Yeah, you totally got a twofer. It happens. Alright. Alright, there's a lot of stuff going on, so let me mute all of this stuff. Let me bring back a picture-in-picture. And... hold on, I'm missing something. So let me kill the music. And then...
Space atomic clock could one day allow for self-driving spacecraft.
How do we navigate through space? Currently, spacecraft flying beyond Earth don't have a GPS to find their way through space. Navigators on Earth send a signal to the spacecraft, which receives it and sends it back. Extremely precise clocks on the ground, called atomic clocks, measure how long it takes the signal to make this two-way journey. The amount of time...
So anything that's mentioned from here on out or is on screen totally counts for bingo. Real quick, this is how we're going to call bingo, or going to do bingo. Yes, some of you have twofers. Bingo, for those of you that haven't played, is any line on the card that's horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. So it has to be, what, it's a 5x5 card, so 5 things in a row. So 5 across, 5 down, 5 in a diagonal. We'll do that first, and we can build up to other games after we do the line bingo. So
NASA is testing new technology that would allow future explorers to do just that. The deep space atomic
SpaceX is
clock
doing the
is
thing.
First demonstration of an atomic clock that can be used
Alright,
for
let
navigation
me...
in deep space. It will allow a spacecraft to calculate its own trajectory instead of depending on Earth.
I have
If a spacecraft
one too
had
many
one of
things
these
going
clocks
on.
board, it could receive a signal from one of those big antennas on Earth and quickly measure its
Alright,
speed
so
and
let
position.
me
The
mute
deep space
NASA, I
atomic clock
guess.
Could one day let astro...
Give me 1 second.
Falcon Heavy, this one for the U.S. Air Force.
And I'm Jessie Anderson. I'm a lead manufacturing engineer here at SpaceX. Tonight's mission is a rideshare mission and marks the first Department of Defense launch on Falcon Heavy, the world's most powerful operational rocket by a factor of 2. It will be among the most challenging launches in SpaceX history. We will be delivering 24 satellites to space with 20 distinct separation events for 13 partners. There will be 4 separate upper stage MVAC-D engine burns, 3 separate deployment orbits, a final propulsive passivation maneuver, and a total mission duration of over 6 hours. But that's not all. As with our previous Falcon Heavy missions, our 3 boosters will undergo 3 separation events and 3 landing attempts. There will be a lot of activity happening all at once over the course of the next 4 hours as we deploy all 24 payloads.
It's also worth noting that tonight's mission will be our longest satellite launch to date, with a total duration of over 6 hours, as Jessie just mentioned. We are pushing the capabilities of Falcon Heavy this evening to demonstrate the vehicle's full potential, which is why it's longer than normal. The launch window this evening is 4 hours long, and we are currently tracking towards the end of that window. If we're unable to launch tonight, our backup window opens up tomorrow, Tuesday, June 25th, at the same time. We're currently at T-minus 17 minutes and counting, and all systems are go at Kennedy Space Center.
Let's take a closer look at the rocket. Falcon Heavy is essentially 3 Falcon 9 rockets strapped together, which means it can carry a much larger payload, not only to Earth orbit, but to the Moon and Mars. Like Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy is a 2-stage launch vehicle. The big difference is that the Falcon Heavy's first stage is comprised of 3 cores, and the Falcon 9 only has 1. Each one of these cores has 9 Merlin 1D engines, making for a total of 27 overall. Altogether, the engines produce 5 million pounds of thrust, equal to 18 747s at takeoff. In fact, the engines produce so much power that we don't run them all at full thrust all at once until after liftoff. For the mission today, the center core is brand new, but the 2 side boosters were previously flown in April on Arabsat 6A Falcon Heavy mission. This is the first Department of Defense launch flying reused boosters.
Now, during ascent, Falcon Heavy will throttle its thrust up and down and on both side boosters in the center core to balance aerodynamic and structural loads on the vehicle. About 70% through the first stage's burn, the 2 side boosters will separate and come back to Earth for simultaneous landings at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station on Landing Zone 1 and Landing Zone 2. At this point, the mission will proceed just like a standard Falcon 9 flight. The center core will keep firing for another minute, then we'll perform a standard stage separation from the second stage. We will attempt to land the center core on our drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, which is currently stationed about 650 nautical miles off the coast of Florida in the Atlantic Ocean. It's worth mentioning that for this mission, bringing back the center core will be more challenging than usual, as our booster will be coming in extra hot and our drone ship is positioned almost double the normal distance from land. Given this distance, we may not receive any video of landing. Now, if we are able to land all 3 cores tonight, it will be a particularly exciting achievement. The second stage is exactly the same as any other Falcon 9 flight. Tonight, the second stage will move through 4 different orbits in order to deliver the payloads on this mission. The first and second are low Earth orbit, or LEO, the third is a transfer orbit, and the final is medium Earth orbit, or MEO.
Speaking of those satellites, all 24 of them are safely enclosed inside of the 17-foot diameter payload fairing, which is the pointed structure on the very top of the rocket. This protects the payload from aerothermal loads, heating, and contamination during ascent. Once we reach the vacuum of space, we no longer need them, so we will jettison the fairing as the second stage continues on its journey to orbit. We will be attempting to recover the fairing pieces tonight with our recovery vessel, Miss Tree, formerly known as Mr. Steven. Our hope is to catch one of the fairing pieces in the ship's nets and recover the other piece from the water. If we are not successful with our catch attempt, Miss Tree will recover both pieces from the water. Let's check in on how the countdown is going.
It's T-minus 14 minutes, 10 seconds and counting down. Good evening. I'm John Isberger, the Falcon Principal Integration Engineer at SpaceX. Now we are at T-minus 14 minutes from the launch of the Falcon Heavy, and all systems are go for launch on the half hour. Falcon Heavy rolled out to the pad with the payload 27 hours ago and went vertical about 7 hours later. Now we did have a ground hydraulic issue early in the count, but it was fixed, and currently everything is go. We cleared the pad deck at T-minus 9 hours to begin hazardous operations. And just before we began the webcast, the SpaceX launch director pulled the 9 members of the launch team. You can see the firing room at Kennedy Space Center. We pulled the team, got to go for propellant loading and launch. Now we're currently loading propellant on all 3 first stage boosters and the second stage. Now we load 2 propellants on the Falcon Heavy. One is liquid oxygen called LOX. No oxygen is in space to support combustion, so we have to bring our own. We chill it to get it as dense as we can in order to maximize how much we load. The second propellant is our fuel, RP1. That's essentially a purified kerosene. Now these 2 propellants have a long history of usage. The Saturn V first stage, flown from this very pad on the moon missions 50 years ago, used LOX and kerosene. Now for the satellites on tonight's flight, everything is go. The last transfer to internal power is coming up in just half a minute. Other than that, the spacecraft teams here at the Cape are monitoring data as we proceed to T0. And I expect a lot of satellite builders and operators are anticipating getting data from space with a lot of enthusiasm. Now we're launching out of the eastern range, supported by Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. The range is currently go. They're prepared to support today's mission. They're making sure that the sea space, the airspace is cleared. No one's nearby to get in the way of tonight's launch. They're also releasing balloons, which brings up the question of how's the weather? The good news is the weather is looking very good. Ground level winds are acceptable. Upper altitude winds are also acceptable. Now, as Alex mentioned, we started the day with a 4-hour window. However, now that we are into LOX loading, we don't have the ability to hold the countdown. Falcon Heavy is 3 rockets counting down at the same time. We need so much liquid oxygen that we would have to scrub tonight in order to use the backup date tomorrow at the same opening of the window time, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Now, if you followed the SpaceX webcast in the past, you've probably heard me remind everyone that launch is hard. Well, that goes double tonight, as we're going to fly the most demanding mission profile for a Falcon rocket ever. So the SpaceX team has their conservative dial set at 11 and stands ready to take time to look into anything out of the norm. Now, as the energy from the team gathering below me outside of the control center is growing, we are go at T-minus 10 minutes and 51 seconds.
As we mentioned earlier, tonight's launch is for the U.S. Air Force and is a rideshare mission with 24 satellites. The mission involves the largest number of government agencies we've had as mission partners, including the Air Force, the Naval Academy, NASA, NOAA, and the Taiwan Space Agency. The specific agency inside the Air Force responsible for overseeing tonight's mission is the Space and Missile Systems Center, or SMC. Let's get some more details about what the agency does and is responsible for.
What is SMC? SMC stands for Space and Missile Systems Center, but that's just a name. Who we are, what we do, it's much more than just a name. We're the dedicated men and women who develop, acquire, field, and sustain cutting-edge space experiments and operational satellites. Our mission, deliver resilient and affordable space capabilities. What does that mean? It means we enhance military communication systems, acquire next-generation GPS satellites, develop advanced remote sensing and service capabilities, field cutting-edge rocket systems, modernize the United States satellite control structure, create never-before-seen technology.
All right, so I thought I had muted myself, so good thing my dogs were quiet.
Let's face it.
So we've had 2 line bingos already, which is amazing. So now we're going to go to full card bingo, which means all the squares on your card. Puck's like, you're moving, Mom. You're moving your hands. You're talking. So all the squares on your card crossed off. So that may be fast. That may be a while. So yeah, blackout bingo is a good way to put it, as DPI says. And all of that. So if you need to go to the bathroom or think you're going to need to go to the bathroom in the next like 10 minutes, go now, because we have about 8.5 minutes left. They may or may not mention ashes, so we'll see. That's kind of the risk you run with things like this, when you pull kind of like really weird terms like, I didn't know that we were recovering the bearings with Ms. Tree. Hey, our instro.
Humans have always been explorers.
So, oh, well, there you go. I said ashes. There you go. Yes, because it counts if I say it. It counts if I say it. I'm gonna ashamedly cross that off now.
The SpaceX team continues to count down for launch for the nighttime launch of Falcon Heavy.
It is a U.S. Air Force mission being launched on a SpaceX rocket. It's kind of confusing.
And it turned night into day. We're expecting the same tonight from 27 Merlin engines. We're currently at T-minus 7 minutes 28 seconds and counting. Fuel loading is continuing. We're about to wrap up fuel loading on the 3 first stage boosters over the next minute. Liquid oxygen loading is continuing. That'll wrap up between 3 and 2 minutes before liftoff on all the stages. We've had the report the last satellite has gone on internal power just a moment ago. Everything's looking good on the satellites. Now a major activity coming up here in another 2.5 minutes is retract of the strongback. We'll see the clamps open up around the second stage. The strongback will recline about 2 degrees in preparation for launch. We're also just inside T-minus 7 minutes. We've begun chilling in the twin Merlin 1D engines. Now a lot's going to happen in the first 4 minutes of flight of the Falcon Heavy. We'll first light the 2 side boosters and then the center core. The flight computer on Falcon Heavy will check the power on all the engines, then command release from the ground hold downs at T0, so we lift off at T-minus 0. Right after we lift off, we're at full power of over 5.1 million pounds of thrust. 40 seconds into flight, we decrease power on the 2 side boosters in preparation for maximum aerodynamic loads on the vehicle. Once we get through this period, Falcon Heavy will throttle back up to power on the 2 side boosters. We now are 2 minutes into flight and we're again reducing thrust on the 2 side boosters. This time it's to decrease forces on the rocket structure, especially that structure that holds the side boosters to the center core. The acceleration is building every second as we burn propellant and we're lightening the rocket. So we need to throttle down the side boosters by physically turning off engines to keep the loads below the maximum allowable.
Words said in chat do not count unless I'm the one that says them.
Called BECO, booster engine cutoff.
Or somebody else is calling out something that was said or seen.
Separation system that's mounted on the top and bottom of the center core. That'll unlock the 2 side boosters and push them away. Now once we're clear of the side boosters, the center core will throttle up to full power and burn another minute. Finally, at just past 3.5 minutes after liftoff, the center core shuts down, main engine cutoff, and the second stage separates. Now from this point on, it's like a
Alright, Orange, what is Techo and Techo? Are you just messing with me? I think you're just messing with me.
At both Cape Canaveral and the drone ship. Meanwhile, on the way into orbit, the fairing will separate. The second stage engine will undergo a series of 4 burns, eventually delivering all 24 satellites to their intended orbits. Now it's a demanding sequence of events for the Falcon Heavy tonight. But from this point on, everything is looking good. We're at 4.5 minutes. We're getting ready to recline the strongback. So let's watch and listen to the final countdown.
No, Keeper, that hasn't been called yet. Not that I know of. I'm trying to multitask and I'm getting tired. So I'm probably going to slaughter your name. Up. Comms traffic. So Tiguan asked when the next human launch was going to be. Tiguan asked when the next human launch from US soil was going to be, and the answer is soon. So it should be this year or next year. There is an abort test scheduled for July 2nd. So that's all I know about that.
And stage 1 log photos closed out. vehicles on internal power. And stage 2 LOX load is closed out.
Ground gas closeout complete.
And the vehicle is in startup.
This is the mission director. Go for launch.
T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
T plus 25 seconds into flight under the thrust of over 5 million pounds. Falcon Heavy is headed to space. We're getting ready to throttle down for passing through the period of maximum dynamic pressure. We've heard call out of throttle bucket for side core. We're through max Q.
Vehicle is supersonic.
Everything continuing to look good on the Merlin 1D engines. We're throttling back up on the side boosters to full power. A minute 15 seconds into flight. Performance looks nominal. Currently, the next event coming up in about 2 minutes. We'll hear call out of chill-in of the MVAC.
This is a bad time for it to go wonky, isn't it? Yeah.
We've turned off one engine on each of the side boosters to decrease that load. Now our next major event coming up here in about 10 seconds, shutdown and separation of the side boosters.
There we go. And we're back.
The view should be the side booster cameras on two sides and the center core in the middle.
Booster shutdown.
Booster separation confirmed.
cheering in the background. It's going on midnight, but a lot of people here at SpaceX. Side boosters are separated. They're getting ready for their burn back to Cape Canaveral. You can see on the left and right views, the side boosters have ignited. The center core continues under full power. Everything looking good on the Falcon Heavy. Next event coming up in about 15 seconds will be shutdown of the center core, followed by stage separation and ignition of the second stage engine. Good views of the two side boosters under the thrust of 3 engines each, slowing down their velocity and coming back towards Cape Canaveral. We have shutdown on the center core.
Go. Stage separation confirmed.
We have successful separation and ignition. We're coming up on shutdown of the two side boosters.
Side booster, boost back shutdown.
And we've heard the call out side booster, boost back shutdown. The center core, you can see, is not doing a boost back. It's headed downrange to the drone ship. Here comes fairing separation.
Cross-ranger nominal. Fairing separation confirmed.
We have confirmation of the payload fairing separation. So far, 4 minutes, 17 seconds into flight. Second stage looking good, headed to low Earth orbit, carrying the 24 satellites. The side boosters have done their first boon, coming back to Cape Canaveral. The center core has separated and is beginning its long coast downrange to the drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean. So at 4 minutes, 35 seconds and counting, everything looking good on Falcon Heavy.
Now those side boosters are making their way back. Their grid fins on all 3 boosters should be deployed, and those are help guiding them to their landing zones. As a reminder, today we will be attempting to recover all 3 of these first stages, and all 3 boosters are currently making their way home. In just a few minutes, the side boosters will execute an entry burn followed by a landing burn, and the center core will complete the same burns just a few minutes later. Both burns are used to slow the stage's speed down rapidly before landing.
At the time of separation, the side boosters were traveling slow enough to turn around and make their way back to land at our side-by-side landing pads. The center core is going too fast to efficiently return to the Cape, so we're using our autonomous drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, as we mentioned earlier. As a reminder, our drone ship is positioned twice as far offshore than normal, so we may not get visuals of landing tonight. Also coming up in a few minutes will be the call out for second engine cutoff. So coming up in about a minute here, we're going to look for that side booster reentry burn to begin. Shortly after that, that should end about 20 seconds later. You can see both of those boosters on the infrared camera on the left side of your screen. Again, about 30 seconds until we expect those side boosters entry burn to begin. So keep an eye on the left side of your screen. In about 10 seconds, we should see those side boosters reignite for their entry burn.
Speak. Come on, speak. Come on.
Side booster entry burn startup.
Come on.
And we have confirmation that the entry burn has begun.
Speak.
And in about 15 seconds from now, we expect that to end.
All right. And make it rain.
Hear the crowd cheer behind me. And that entry burn has completed. Note that second engine cutoff and the center core will be landing almost at the same time, So we're going to have a few events in succession at about T plus 8 minutes and 21 seconds.
Left side booster FTS is safed. Stage 2 FTS is safe.
in terminal guidance.
In about 20 seconds, we're going to look for that side booster landing burn to begin on both boosters.
Side boosters transonic.
About 10 seconds away.
Side booster landing burn startup.
We've heard the call out for side booster landing burn startup, and there you see it on your screen. See it coming towards our 2 landing pads. See those landing legs deploy. Incredible.
Boosters are successfully landed. Landing operators moving to procedural.
Confirmed side booster landing. What an iconic view. We've also, at the same time, I believe we've had second engine cutoff at the same time. As we mentioned earlier, the center core entry and landing is going to be risky. During entry, it'll face more heating and dynamic pressure than we've ever experienced on Falcon 9 or Heavy flight before. Why, you ask? Because we have to lift the second stage higher and faster than other Falcon Heavy flights in order to have enough performance in it to execute 4 burns into all the different orbits. So coming up at T plus 9 minutes and 39 seconds, we should see the center core entry burn ending.
Center core entry burn.
Oh, we have the confirmation. Looks like that was the confirmation for it to begin. So we're a little bit off the timeline.
Center core entry burn shut down.
And we had just heard the confirmation that center core entry burn has shut down. And now that the entry burn is complete, the center core is moving back about 20% faster than it was at the end of the Falcon Heavy 2 Arabsat entry burn.
First stage Cape LOS expected.
Now we're just about a minute away from that center core landing burn beginning, and as we've been mentioning, this will be the most difficult landing that we've had to date. This will be a 3-engine burn. That center engine will start up first, and then 2 outer engines will start up as well for that landing burn. Now we're just 30 seconds away from that center core landing. And it's no surprise that we do not have a live view of that center core as it's coming down, but it looks like we got a live view of the drone ship there. Of course, I Still Love You. If you're just now tuning in, we're just about 10 seconds away from that center core landing burn beginning.
Stage 1 landing burn has started.
And we have confirmation that the center core landing burn has begun. You can see that coming down on Of Course I Still Love You. Got a pretty good view. And as you can see on our screen, it looks like our center core did not make it on our drone ship Of Course I Still Love You tonight. Again, as we've been mentioning, this was the most challenging landing that we've had to date, and this is our secondary mission. So our primary mission, we just heard the call out for a good orbit of our second stage. So we are actually just moments away from our first deployment of the evening for Oculus ASR, which was developed by students at Michigan Technological University. We will be passing beyond the Bermuda ground station, so there is a chance that telemetry may cut out a few seconds before deployment, in which case we won't be able to see the satellite actually deploy on camera or get confirmation of a successful deployment until telemetry is restored. Now we're just about 30 seconds away from that deployment, so we'll listen into the nets for that confirmation.
And made it rain. Had to wait for the other dog.
Looks like we still have that live view. Might have a chance to see this deployment live on camera. Again, we are waiting for the Oculus satellite deployment. And as we expected, looks like we lost that live view. So we will wait to get some confirmation of that deployment, and we will update you guys in a few minutes later on in the webcast. We are now in between ground stations for the next few minutes with nothing to see. So we are going to take a quick break, but we will be leaving you with an animation that shows you where we are throughout the coast phase.
So I want to scroll up and answer any questions or comments or anything that you guys had. So the first one was
21 minutes. We are going to miss that first P-Pod 1 CubeSat deployment. See you back here in
So
about
Planetary
6
Pan
minutes.
asks, why the heck do I have Hollywood on this card? I don't know. I don't know what Hollywood is. Oh, Hollywood is one of the ships. Is it one of the ships that was, supposed to be with this mission? But anyways, Night Fenmill. Oh, the tugboats. I know nothing other than the landing ships. So, alright, good night, Rue. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. Alright. Who actually runs these missions in the end? Tinker, come here. You have tape stuck to your foot. Come here. So now you're going to be over there on camera with tape stuck to your foot. Alright. Let me fix the dog. Stop! Let me fix you. What? You want a Cheerio? Here, have a Cheerio. Okay. Yeah, she stuck on packing tape. I had a bunch of computer parts delivered. More bits! Oh, thank you so much for all the bits! Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much. So here's I can't even get an word in edgewise. Here's the Cheerios. Make it rain! Before the dog barks again. Thanks for the bits. Thank you so much. The music is okay. I think. We'll mute it anyways. The music I have been... Or was that the NASA music? I don't know. I don't remember. Our Instro replies with, SpaceX is responsible for the details of the mission, even for U.S. Air Force driven mission. The U.S. Air Force in this case provides for the FAA Coast Guard clearance, weather services, and security, but it is still SpaceX running the show. So, alrighty then. She's a Tinker Tape Parade, yeah. Does me talking about it count? Yeah, me talking about something on the card counts. It counts. I'm scrolling back up. So Tink was in the other room. I don't know what she was doing in the other room. Our Insta says they were at the end regarding the core missing. Of course, I still love you. They were at the edge of return viability there, so not really a big surprise. As they mentioned, it was a secondary mission. And I think that's everything. Go ahead and ask me questions now. Oh no. Nope. See, I told you his name would not get mentioned, and y'all are like, let's put it on the card anyways. So, Night DPI. No, Tink was not. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. Ha 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 ha. Veronica Cure. is asking me, who is the head of SpaceX? Come on. Come on, come on. That's a good one. That's a good one. I was gonna say, I know who it isn't. So we can go back to the host or something. I don't know. It's Glenn Shotwell, actually. See? It's not he who shall not be named. So, in a couple minutes, they have the first Peapod event, which I don't know what that is. I can't remember if that's a satellite that they're going to be releasing, if it's something that they're going to be doing. I really don't remember. So that's happening in a few minutes. Oof. I know, doggo. So I think we'll stay up for that, maybe. But now is a good time to ask any questions. What is musquash in English? I don't know what that is in English, actually. I don't even know what language that is. Musquash. Oh! I forget what the holder for... Don't fall for it, Andy. Okay. I think the dog knows. Here, have a Cheerio. I can't remember what the holder for light sail was. Yes, that counts because I said it. Plus, light sail, I think, was on there for... I don't even have launch complex crossed off. And I know they said that a gazillion times. I don't have first stage separation. I don't have orbit separation. Let's see, I said Hollywood. It's got most of them. Oh, they're back.
To Falcon Heavy mission. We're T plus 20 minutes and 7 seconds and counting. Right now, as we left the webcast, we were waiting to see the Oculus satellite deploy. We didn't have confirmation when we lost signal over Bermuda. That was normal, losing signal. You do it when you pass beyond line of sight. We also should have had a minute and a half or so ago the first Peapod #1 open up and deploy 2 CubeSats for the Naval Research Laboratory. But we're waiting until we reacquire signal over the Ascension Island tracking station around the equator in the middle of the Atlantic so that we can understand whether or not the Oculus satellite deployed and how Peapod 1 deployed also. While we're waiting for acquisition of signal from Ascension, just to recap, we had a great launch of Falcon Heavy. The 2 side boosters did their choreographed landing at landing zones 1 and 2. The center core, as you heard from the people and may have seen a shot on the screen, missed the drone ship. We knew this was going to be the toughest reentry. We are getting data back, so the team will understand over the next hours and days how things have gone. It looks like now we're beginning to reacquire signal over Ascension Island. We're waiting to hear a call out how the first 2 satellite deploys have gone. It appears we have confirmation that the Oculus satellite was separated and Peapod #1 opened up, deploying the Naval Research Laboratory satellites. There's a view from space, and if you remember the view just before we left, on the bottom left was the Oculus satellite, had a white coloring to it, and it's no longer there. Now we're going to cover the last of the 8 Peapod satellites that are coming up for deployment, and that's going to take about 30 minutes to get through this sequence. The next deployment comes up just before T plus 25 minutes. Now these 8 deployers will open, and they'll release 11 satellites. Now if you've watched our coverage from other launches like Iridium, you know that the 1 camera we have on top of the payload attach fitting cannot see all sides of the dispenser holding the satellites. Because of the positioning right there, as you see on your screen, of the 1 camera, we won't be able to see all of the CubeSat deployments today. In particular, the next 3 P-pods, 2, 3, and 4 on the back side, we won't be able to pick those up. However, as the second stage does maneuver in orbit, in the sunlight, we might be able to pick up a glint of the sun off of the CubeSats as they move away from the second stage. Now, the next deployment, coming up just before 25 minutes, is known as Falcon Sat 7. This is an optical telescope for the United States Air Force Academy. The CubeSat, when it is ejected, will eventually deploy a rigid boom that holds a membrane that acts like a lens in a telescope. And once that membrane is rigid, it will allow imaging of the sun. So this is a deployable optical telescope for the Air Force Academy. However, as I said, we won't be able to see it. We'll have to wait for call out to confirm the separation.
Gabon acquisition of signal.
We've heard a call out. Gabon has acquisition of signal. As we are approaching the African coastline, the next ground station beyond Ascension Island is picking up the signal from Falcon Heavy second stage. Coming up on deployment in about 5 seconds.
P-Pod 2 deploy confirmed.
And there's the call out from the avionics engineer. Always a little bit tense as you're waiting for them to confirm that the signal indicates that the door is open. Inside of each of the deployers is a spring that pushes out the CubeSats. And what we have is confirmation that the Air Force Academy deployable optical telescope should be in orbit on its own now. Now we've got about 235 seconds until we get to the next deployment.
Icon, I don't understand what you're asking. Are you asking when Houston comes in? Houston's not involved with this mission, I don't think. So, Hanny's asked, how visible is the Falcon Heavy if it is flying overhead? Can people in Africa see it clearly now, or does it look like a very faint star? I really don't know, Hanny. I really don't know. It may just look like a very faint moving thing if they can see it. Yeah, I was like, what is Arnstro saying? So this is a U.S. Air Force mission that's being flown by SpaceX. It just happens to be launched out of Kennedy Space Center. So there was like some NASA involvement, but it's not a NASA mission. And yeah, these things matter. Things of that nature. So U.S. Air Force does a lot of space science-y stuff and a lot of space stuff because they have the air. But each branch of the armed forces in the U.S., except for maybe the Coast Guard, actually has a bit of a aeronautics, I want to say. I think they have a bit of an aeronautics, so...
Coming up just about a minute away from the third Peapod
We are
opening.
not actually the ones
Inside
that
this
launch
deployer
like
is a
everything that
single
goes into
CubeSat.
space, and there's
It's
probably
known as
some history
Armadillo
there.
From the University
Um,
of Texas. Now, Armadillo
Icon,
is an acronym,
but
but bear with me. It stands for atmospheric
The
related measurements and detection
China
of
launches a whole lot of things.
submillimeter
The difference is
objects.
that
Mouthful. Primary goal
China,
is to
for
use
whatever
a dust
reason, has
detector
decided
to characterize the
that
space
they are
debris
going to leave
environment,
behind not
focusing on
only a
sub-millimeter
digital
debris
firewall, so
that can't
there's
be
the Great
seen
Firewall
by
of China,
Earth-based telescopes.
but they also have their
Now,
own
this
equivalent of
satellite
Twitter,
deployer is mounted on the opposite side of the
of
dispenser.
Twitch,
So again, we'll only have verbal
and
call out
like
when
and
it's
Wikipedia, everything that you're used to seeing for like Western social media, China has their own version, and it's kind of difficult to get an account on there. Like I've tried making an account for Weibo, and I need to provide a phone number for that. For Facebook here in the US, you don't have to provide a phone number. They'd like you to, but you don't have to. So China launches a lot of stuff. They don't live stream it. They show footage they record footage and they broadcast it later.
Armadillo
And
should be on its way into orbit
it's
in a
just
vacuum
not
of
easy
space.
to get to because there's so many launches
Next up
that
will
happen
be
so often
a
now,
quick
mostly put
turnaround,
satellites
only
up
about 145
in
seconds
orbit that
until we
everybody's
get
like,
to the
it's
next
a launch,
deployment.
it's no big deal. But for people in China, this is a big deal. They will take space, tourism, much like you have happen here in the U.S., and go see these things. So it's just a lot of stuff. Yeah, in China it is illegal to have Skype. So, bye Peacock. So yeah, China launches a lot of stuff. They just don't live stream it. India launches a lot of stuff. They live stream it. Arian Space launches a decent amount of stuff. They live stream it. Pretty much everyone but China live streams. Oh, and Iran. But Iran is pretty secretive with it. All of that, anyways. All right. Bye, Icon Mixer. Have a
We're just
wonderful
over
insert
50
time of day
seconds away
here.
from the deployment
Because I don't know
of
where in the
Peapod
world you
4.
are.
This
Yeah,
time we're
Keeper,
going
they
to have two
actually
CubeSats
evacuated
coming out of the deployer.
people
Again,
for
it's
the,
on the backside of the dispenser. This is
for the
last
launch
one
today,
on
so
the
they wouldn't
backside
have
of the
debris
Peapods.
landing. They actually had
Satellites are
people,
called
they instructed people to
PSAT
turn
and
off
BRICSAT.
the power
PSAT's an
and their
amateur
telephone
communication
lines.
satellite, and BRICSAT is a
Electron
small
launches
satellite
right
that
now
has a
only from New
micropropulsion
Zealand. They're
system
working
to
on
perform experiments
pads.
with attitude control.
Is it
Satellites are
Wallops?
out of
I
the
think they're
United
working on a
States
pad
Naval Academy.
in Wallops, which is in Virginia, in the U.S. So that's east coast of U.S. But right now, they launch out of New Zealand, and they have nice, large launch windows. So, where did the Falcon Heavy launch from? It launched from Kennedy Space Center in Florida, Cape Canaveral. So another East Coast launch / Gulf Coast, because Florida's has technically two panhandles, I think.
And
I don't know
we
how
have
to describe
confirmation
that.
over the net from
Acquisition
Avionics.
HPK.
Peapod number 4 has deployed. The same time, we now have
Oh,
acquisition
wow.
of signal over Hartebeestok, known as HBK, in Africa. We've got about 165 seconds.
Oh, you're in Australia,
until
okay.
Peapod 5 opens up.
Oh. But we're not though, Hanny. It's just Armstrong said earlier it was just baby satellites being released. So I can't speak I can't speak for the things. Alright, well, wait, Keeper, are you going to the Astro Tour? Dog Warrior, those were deployments that flashed by. According to Arinstro, yes. And Arinstro is our satellite guy. So if I'm wrong, blame Arinstro. I think Keeper's going to the Astro Tour. Have fun on the tour if that's where you're headed. Oh, I am so envious.
All right, Peapod 5 is going to be
Planetary
opening up
Pan's
here
going to
in
the
just
Astro Tour.
about,
Keeper's going to the
50
Astro Tour.
seconds. This
AKA
Peapod is
YouTube
holding
Science
a CubeSat
Blackout.
called Prometheus for special
So
ops command.
have a wonderful
Now,
trip,
hopefully
guys.
We might be able to get to see some of these now that they're deploying from the
I'm going to
dispenser
enjoy my
on
one
the side of the camera.
other day of for
Currently
sure
on the
not
map, you
doing
can see
daily
we're
space.
passing over Africa in contact with the Heart of Beanstalk ground station.
So I'm going
we'll
to
be losing
sleep all day
signal here
tomorrow.
shortly from Gabon in West Africa.
Yeah, so have a good time at Astro Tour. So
Now in this view, the Peapod dispenser.
if you guys
is
end up in
located,
Houston, there's
probably
a
at about
brewery
the
that
2
makes a
o'clock
Bennu
position
Stout.
around
Go
the
get that Bennu
dispenser
Stout and drink it
at
for
the
me.
very top, so you've got to look up there, and we might
Tucson,
see
yeah,
something
Tucson.
going
I don't
by.
even remember where
We're
everybody's
also
going on the
starting to
Astro
get a
Tour. For
sunflare
people that
off
don't know what
of
I'm
the
talking about, Dr. Pamela, who is the astronomer of CosmoQuest, and Fraser Kane, who does Universe Today, an astronomy cast.
We've heard the confirmation.
And
Peapod 5 is deployed. So we're through 5. We've got 3 more
Skylius, which
Peapods
is
to
another
go.
big
The last one will be deploying
Twitch
at
science
T plus
streamer.
50 minutes. So
A few other
we've got
people
another
are going
16
on this
minutes to
tour
get
throughout
through
the
this
American
sequence.
Southwest, and there's going to be
The
sciencey
next
stuff.
one coming
Joshua
up should be
Tree.
deploying in about 285
Okay.
seconds.
We're going to Joshua Tree, and it looks really nice. It looks like everybody's going to have a great time. And yeah, hug a Joshua Tree gently. Paul, I can't remember Paul. Is it Paul from Weekly Space Hangout, or is it a different Paul? And I think there's somebody else. Oh, John. Okay. John Michael Gaudier. Or is it... Oh, it's Paul. Okay. Yeah, Skylius is amazing. Skylius, Paul Matt Sutter. Okay. So Paul Matt Sutter, Skylius, John Michael Gaudier, and I'm getting the two mixed up. I give up. I am that tired. I am tired. So I am tired. Anyway, so oh, it's Fraser, Pamela, Skylius, and now a guy from the local Dark Sky group. Okay, see, this is why I have you guys. I just knew it was Fraser, Pamela, Skylius. I didn't know about anybody else. Oh, Pamela's doing the tour of the Southwest in August. Okay. I remember that her and I were going to be in the Southwest in about the same time, and it was just not going to overlap. This is the Geek Fest, and I give up. I give up. Anyways, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening anymore. I really don't. I'm trying. Anyways,
Loss of signal expected.
are you talking about the famous Southwest Coast Path in England? No, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Astro All-Stars, which is apparently different from the Astro Tour. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to tap out. Yeah, I am so finished. I am... See, my dogs aren't, like, Puck's not even fully on camera. You can see his paw. And, like, maybe his nose. Yeah, I can do, like, super long marathon streams. I just choose not to. Like, favorite human's already in bed, and my dog, I can hear her making a bed on the couch behind me. Oh. Of course, the quickest way to get my dogs up is bits. Here's cheers and make it rain! Alright. You're only 2 squares away from blackout. Yeah, I know. Alright.
Over Africa.
So let me...
In fact, the next 2 P-pods that will open and deploy satellites are in support of the NASA Enhanced
I think I'll just
Tandem
leave it
Beacon
set to
experiment.
this. Or
and
no,
built by
I'll
the
change
University
it.
of Michigan.
So,
This
they're
mission
launching teeny
explores
tiny
bubbles
satellites,
in the
which I'm like,
electrically
good for
charged
them.
layers of Earth's upper atmosphere.
I'm just tired. The dogs do dream of this. They really do. Is anything exciting still going to happen? No, they're going to slowly release a bunch. They have 3 satellites left, one of which they're getting ready to release now, and then things are going to happen. They're going to coast for a really long time. They're going to start and stop secondary engine 4 different times. I think that's something else the Air Force required before certifying Falcon Heavy for critical payloads. Ernstro says they're going to change orbits a couple of times, so yeah. Yeah. But it is indeed, it is indeed 3 o'clock in the morning. I am exhausted. So I'm going to do the abbreviated version. Puck's like, why are you putting the bits away? Okay, fine, I won't put the bits away. I'm going to do the abbreviated version of the wall text, and then I'm going to take off my makeup and go pass out. You can watch from bed. Yeah, but I can't stream from bed. I can't stream from bed. I have, like, all the lights in my living room turned on. All of them. And, my green screen set up. Yeah, everything. Anyways, for those of you that are going to see Dr. Pamela later this week, have a great time. Daily Space, Dr. Pamela will be doing Daily Space tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1700 hours UTC. Wednesday, I will be doing Daily Space as usual. On Thursday and Friday, we'll see. We'll see who does Daily Space. It may be Dr. Pamela doing it from location. It may be slides that Dr. Pamela prepared. It might be slides that, you know, I prepared. We'll see. This is always exciting when, you know, she travels and we see how this always all gets covered. Mystery! The nurse says, a lovely civilized time for a launch if you're here in Oz. I bet. Yeah, it's... Part of me is like... Planetary Pan says, maybe Pamela will get me on camera. I mean, it can happen. Anything can happen. So, alright. Super abbreviated wall of text. This has been a production of PSI, that's Planetary Science Institute in Tucson, Arizona, working in collaboration with Youngstown State University here in Youngstown. OMG, I need to go to bed, Ohio. We are brought to you by you, so thank you for everything. Really, thank you. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you guys. And, I think that's really the bare minimum that I'm required to say. So, follows are free. Hashtag follows are free. Join us on Discord if you want to hang out with us when we're not on stream. That's also the quickest way to get in touch with us and actually get feedback right away. Map Bennu, come on, we can map it. Bennu, we can do it, we can do it. And things are archived on YouTube. Things are archived on YouTube. So with that, yeah, I'm gonna go and pass out. So have a wonderful insert time of day here. For those of you that had a civilized time of day to watch this launch, awesome. I hope the rest of the day here goes well. And yeah, I don't have my glasses on either, which is part of the problem. Socking Cat said, oh gosh, your eyes, go to bed, dear. Yeah, I don't have my glasses on. And for those of you that, you know, are not in that hemisphere, let's all go to bed, shall we? Alright. So, good night, everybody. I don't even know if I'm going to awkwardly roll the credits. Everything's just jacked up. And I can't multitask to save me. I can do it, right? Right? Why did they change everything? They always change everything. Okay, there it is. I got it. I got it. Wait, what was the... Bedtime for Annie? Did I miss a cheer? I think I missed a cheer. Anyways. And make it rain. Yes, I can see without my glasses. I mostly have astigmatism and migraines. So that's what the glasses are for. So yeah. Oh, less than 3 hours? Ew, gross. Yeah, I will see you all on Wednesday. Yeah. Bye. Thanks for being awesome. I'm gonna roll the credits and go crawl into bed. These things happen. These things happen. So again, thank you to everybody that's, tuned in today. And for those of you that want to watch the rest of the launches on SpaceX,